Hello everyone, we are the students of Benedict University and this video is a part of Climate Change Awareness Project. Our focus for this project is mainly on air pollution and plastic pollution. There are two major environmental issues that directly affect our health and our surroundings, even our daily lifestyle. To understand this public awareness and real experiences better, each of our team members has interviewed different people individually. Through these conversations, we explored how pollution impacts health, finances, behavior, and the environment, along with opinions on government policies and their new technologies. This video presents a few clips from those interactions, highlighting what people truly might think and experience. So come, let's take a look here.
Yeah, now, in your opinion, which affects human health more, plastic pollution or air pollution, and why do you think so?
Basically, the air pollution affects human health more. It is basically, different types of air pollution, like smog is there. Then you have got high level of carbon dioxide. Yeah, that reduces blood oxygen saturation in blood. Because of that, you feel dizziness. Because of smog or dust pollution, you keep on coughing, your lungs get affected and you are not able to breathe properly. Because you are not able to breathe properly, that again affects your oxygen saturation in the body, and because of that, you are not able to perform to the best of your ability, and because various kind of fungal infection that is there through air, that also affects. So that way, I think air pollution is more dangerous than plastic pollution.
Now, have you or anyone in your family or like anyone you know has experienced health issues that are linked to pollution?
Yeah, because of I would say air pollution. A friend of mine, developed breathing problem, and he, kept off coughing and was not able to breathe properly, and then had to take, oxygen very frequently. He had to even keep an oxygen mask and cylinder at his home to breathe properly. So that was basically because of the smog and pollution that occurred and is there in air.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Waste. You can read out the question.
Okay. So, हो रहा है?
Yeah.
How do you think plastic waste in your surroundings contribute to long-term environmental damage?
See, plastic is non-degradable, and it is actually a polymer which is made of numerous carbon and hydrogen atoms, which are coplanar molecules and which are closely bounded, and they are the bonds between them are non-destructible. So a plastic continues to live for more than maybe 10 years plus, and it does not degrade. The life of a plastic is estimated to be almost around 30 plus years. So if you want to degrade plastic, it does not mix with the soil, and it cannot be degraded down by means of any biological effect. So if in case you want to get rid of plastic, the only way is co-polymerization, which can happen, and then you can remove plastic, but it requires a lot of energy.
Okay.
So not to use plastics, that is a better way of thought.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Do you also fear that air quality in your area is getting worse over time? Like, what changes have you personally noticed?
See, air quality, the quality of air, the air quality index is rising. There is a lot of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and there is a lot of dust in the air, and all these pollutants are increasing every day in different walks of life. The most probable cause of this one is uncontrolled dust pollution. B is the vehicle pollution, and C is the burning of various farms and the husks all around the area, which also add to pollution, and the removal of trees and plants, which were a source of oxygen, that is also getting depleted. More of concrete jungles are maturing up. So all these reasons contribute to pollution getting risen and the air quality index getting bad. Rain in any area brings down the air pollution in that index, and once the rain comes, then only the dust and all these gases settle, because water, as you rightly know, dissolves all these pollutants and brings down the AQI. So I have seen this change happening over. When we were small, we used to see the sky as blue, and we always used to see the stars in the sky. But now it is very difficult in all the metropolitan cities and tier B cities also to see the sky and look at the stars and gaze at the stars. So I think that the only way to do this is a lot of jungles, a lot of trees, a lot of plants, and people have to be taught and educated how to contain all this. Any questions?
No, that's it. Thank you.
What personal steps have you taken or would be willing to take to reduce your contribution to air pollution from vehicles?
The personal steps I have taken or would be willing to take are I prefer using public transports, metros or shared rides whenever possible instead of individual vehicles, and for shorter distance I prefer walking.
Do you think government restrictions on single-use plastics are effective in your area? What improvements or enforcement measures would you suggest?
Restrictions on single-use plastic are partially effective, but enforcement and awareness still remains weak. Improvements I would suggest are stronger enforcement, better public awareness, and regular inspections.
Thank you, sir. How aware do you feel people around you are about the dangers of plastic pollution? And what kind of community or educational initiatives could create real change?
आई गेस हमारे सोसाइटी में अबाउट प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन और उनके डेंजर्स के बारे में पीपल अवेयर तो हैं, बट अभी ये जो अवेयरनेस है काफ़ी कम है. सो मेरे हिसाब से जो हम क्या कहते हैं कैंपेन्स हम ऑर्गेनाइज करा सकते हैं, दैट इज़ बेसिकली पब्लिक कैंपेन्स. हम सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर से भी कांटेक्ट करके उनसे भी हम आगे पब्लिसिटी करा सकते हैं. एंड स्कूल्स में, कॉलेजेस में हम क्या कहते हैं काफ़ी सारे प्रोग्राम्स करा सकते हैं, पीपल और अवेयर हो, उन्हें प्लास्टिक से यूज़ के बारे में पता चले. एंड थर्ड थिंग विच आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड ऑन इज हम एनजीओ के साथ कॉन्टैक्ट कर सकते हैं. उससे क्या होगा, हमारे लोगों में हाँ अवेयरनेस आएगी, धीरे धीरे आएगी, बट एट दी एंड मतलब देश और क्लीन होगा. सो दिस वॉज ऑल माई पॉइंट अबाउट. थैंक यू.
What changes have you personally made, if any, to reduce plastic waste at home or work? What stops people from adopting such habits more consistently?
For me, I guess I'll be using less plastic materials, and I carry my own cutlery to everywhere so that I don't buy the plastic and then throw it away. And I guess for others, they are not habitual, they do not make a discipline to do that. So I guess these will be.
And do you think government restrictions on single-use plastics are effective in your area? What improvements or enforcement measures would you suggest?
I guess they are not so effective because proper monitoring is not happening, and I guess people also don't take them so seriously. According to me, I guess monitoring should be strict, the penalties and fines should be there, and in companies, in the private companies, it should be completely said that you have to don't use plastic. So I guess that should be.
How has air pollution affected your breathing, allergies or daily comfort, especially during peak traffic hours?
Yes, definitely it is affecting, because when we are in the traffic, we are not able to take the easily breathing, or it is affecting on our lungs, etc. So really it's affecting.
Right. Do you think solutions like EVs, carpooling or using public transport are financially feasible for an average person? Why or why not?
EV is fine, because I have done some research on the electric vehicle, actually, in which we can see that it's release some less noise or pollutions compared to the vehicles which uses the petrol or others like the diesel. So obviously the EV is the right solution.
Thank you.
The first question is, what small daily habits do you think that people can adopt to reduce plastic waste or air pollution?
So I think first thing would be the recycling. I think that is something very important. I think if we start adapting to that, majority of the plastic use will come down drastically. And the other part was
Or air pollution.
Air pollution again, there are major reasons to it. I mean, first thing is you have the vehicle pollution, which really, creates most of the pollution, and then the industries. I think the carpooling which came in earlier, it was a very effective solution, but then I think it is being lost somewhere in between. So we can adopt to that again. I think that will reduce a lot of air pollution. I mean, going further, and I think that is something. And again, the industrial waste, government should plan for certain industrial waste. I mean, like government has adopted to the green, you call green, what is that? Gensets, which has actually helped a lot in reducing the air pollution. Something like that. For the industries also, government should come out with some norms which can really, help reducing that pollution which comes out of the industries. So I think these are a couple of factors which can really help reducing the air pollution. These are the initial steps, but it all depends on the another one.
Yes. Another question is, do you think that people are aware of the harm that is caused by burning the plastic in garbage?
Okay, so in this case, the people are the new generation. I mean, it's very, very aware of it. Okay, what are the harms of and of this? But yes, awareness at the village level is something very important. We have a lot of pollution problems coming in from there also. But I think those people are also getting used to and aware of the situation. So, but yes, more awareness would definitely help us out.
But like a lot of awareness is created, but if we talk about the rural people, if we go there, they do not really act upon it. They're being aware. They're well aware.
Yes, they are well aware. Yes, you are one way. You are right, but then awareness is just not about someone coming on and telling. It's all about adapting also. Once you start adapting it, I think we in my hometown also are doing taking one of the activities wherein we don't give out the garbage. We combust it at our home itself, and then we make manure out of it, and then we have started, and that has come on, I mean, it is being taken out very effectively in other houses also there in my home. So that is something, one thing what you can look up to. I mean, though it's a tedious process, but then it's a small step. If you can work on it, start working on it, it will definitely help reducing the waste.
Okay, the second question is, do rising pollution levels increase your personal expenses like healthcare, masks and air purifiers, and how?
Yes, definitely increasing air pollution will have a direct bearing upon the pocket of an individual in terms of purchasing if required air purifiers, spending more on masks, even going for some supplements to increase the immunity to fight these pollution, and in worst cases even if the problem develops, going to a hospital.
Okay, and now that you have stated the problems, what solutions do you think you can give at a personal level?
I think we need an awareness at the individual level, which includes burning less of stubble.
But don't you think that the awareness already exists? People have been well informed about the harmful causes that air pollution causes, and yet, I mean, it is well informed to the people that the AQ levels have been constantly rising. It comes out in the newspapers, in the articles, so they're well versed with the fact that the pollution is rising, but do they act upon it?
I think the government needs to strengthen the mechanism to enforce the law in a very strict manner, that if anybody violates it, he should be penalized immediately, which will create a deterrence among the masses not to repeat this mistake again and again. Besides that, it includes flexible working hours, which the government can consider, because if at any point of time X number of vehicles are coming to a particular place, it will naturally create more problem. By having staggering working hours, that can be tied over to an extent. Besides the problem of stubble burning with the neighboring states needs to be little more checked, and this will do a lot in checking this menace of air pollution, which happens every time in the month of October to November, in winter season particularly.
Right, thank you. Alright, the first question is, do you think that the eco-friendly lifestyle choices like switching to reusable containers or electronic vehicles, EVs, are too expensive? Or do you think that the cost is justified and it is worth the investment?
So far these reusable containers and EVs are concerned, they do definitely go along in reducing the pollution, but in today's perspective, they're still costly to be afforded by everyone. The government, by giving more incentives and by doing more promotion, have to see that the technology becomes more cheaper so that everybody, common masses, can adopt it for a better
Affordable
life.
to
Yes.
as many
Yes.
people as it can. Okay, the next question is, do you think that the rising pollution levels increase your personal expenses like healthcare or masks or water purifiers, even air purifiers? And how would you justify that?
Yes, it is directly proportional and related. Pollution of whatever nature, let it be the air or the water, definitely has a direct bearing on the lifestyle of a person. Because if it is air, he would be requiring more of mask. क्या हुआ सर?
सही तो चल रहा था. दूसरा question फिर.
We were conducting a survey on pollution. So would you please mind to answer a few questions?
Sure, beta.
So, if we go to the policy integration across sectors, air pollution and plastic pollution often overlap in how they affect the cities. In your opinion, what kind of combined policies approach should the government take to address both the issues together, rather treating them as a separate problem?
See, in my point of view, what I feel that the government has to take the combined decision that for regard for the air pollution and then no plastic bags, because see, if we will go with only the air pollution and we think about this, we can burn the plastic, so it can create the air pollution, right? So we should go with the combined some policy so that it should be avoid the both situations. Like we can use instead of using the silos, we can think about the new appropriate ideas like creating an environment smooth, and that's what I believe.
Lovely. So if we go to implementation and enforcement care, you know that we have many rules on paper, plastic bans, emission norms and waste segregation, but they often fail in real world implementation. For what you have observed, what are the biggest barriers in enforcement and what changes the government could make in the policies that are actually effective?
See, government always makes policy, right?
Exactly.
They always try to make their policies for the betterment of this India, for the country. But unfortunately, what happened with by the government that the policies are made, but it should not be followed by the common citizens, right? So they have to create some they have to keep tracking of the their policies, that whether it is implementing by the you can say by the salesperson or by the customers or not. So create for that they can make a tracking, as well as they create some penalties if they are not following the policy. So that the way we can check or you can say control the I can say you're saying asking about the pollution. So we can.
So it means that policies are consistent, but the implementation is missing.
Yeah, see, we are not very, actually our country is basically we cover the middle class families, right? So they are not aware of what's the bad impact of this pollutions. So they just go with the flow, like they feel like it's not very harmful and all. So we should work on the both. We should create awareness for them. For that we should give the proper knowledge to them. So time to time we can literate them regarding that. Because see, they are doing the education for the job. They are not literating themselves for the good quality of life. So this is a major reason what I believe. So for that they need to work on they need to keep following up their systems that we should not use, and if we will use for the longer period, it will may impact our lifestyle as well. So government has to keep tracking on it, and for these especially for the market area, for the marketing, the salesperson, they are using the bags, for them they create some penalties. That's it.
Exactly. Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, beta.
Hello uncle, I was taking a quick survey on pollution, so would you please mind to answer a few questions?
Sure.
So, new technologies like pollution sensors, biodegradable plastic, EVs and smart waste system are emerging. Which of these do you think is more realistically adopted by the Indian people, and what factors will decide its success or failure?
Right, very, very good question.
Thank you.
In fact, if I look at all the options you gave, I find all of them are amazing and is very useful in controlling the pollution or having the implemented in the Indian social economic system, so that people can adopt it easily. Especially if I talk about the EVs and biodegradable disposables or packaging, those are very essentials at this point in time for us. A reason people are using cars with a different fuel, which is producing a lot of carbon monoxide in our atmosphere, that causes a lot of pollution in our air, and that really needs to be think about, and we need to spread this across the society, that how it is going to be very beneficial for everyone in the society. Number two is the packaging. What we know is one of the item which creates a lot of waste in our community, and we spend a lot of money in cleaning those wastes. What if we can come up with a packaging material that is biodegradable, and it can be consumed by some or the other way, which can restrict or which can have less impact in our overall environment. So I definitely would say that if government will come up with some option, or can make it easy to adopt, or give some something that can enable people to use it, advertise among the people or in the society, something like that. So that can definitely going to be beneficial in the overall our society pertaining to this environment protection, I should say.
Exactly. So, if you had to suggest one future technology that could tackle both air pollution and plastic pollution, what would you suggest and why?
Good question again, because this is something people are not talking. Nowadays, we talk about the new movies coming in our picture hall. What is very prominent in OTT platform. So we talk about the reels, which is very famous and might have been seen by millions of people. But this is something which we should definitely talk about, and not only with me, but this should be the discussion point in the society. Everybody should be talking and thinking about it, that how we can and what we can do to make this happen. So if we can prepare or have a method in our society that can create something productive out of the waste, so that can be utilized in our day-to-day life, and the waste what we are collecting can be disposed in a way that it is not impacting the overall environment of the society. So that's what my 2 cents, and I expect that government is still thinking or started thinking about it, and down the line few years it will become a mandatory thing in any society we are living in.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
From all the interviews, we realize that people are aware of the seriousness of air and plastic pollution, but many still struggle to adopt consistent eco-friendly habits.
Most respondents felt that awareness is improving, but stronger policies, better enforcements, and affordable technologies are needed to bring real change. We also learned that small individual actions like reducing plastic use, carpooling, or choosing sustainable alternatives can collectively make a big difference. Overall, this project helped us understand both the public perspective and the importance of responsibility at both personal and community levels. Thank you.